Over some sneakers. We'll explain.
And Shaq says women be making stuff up.
And I'm sincerely, and I'm ready for it all.
Welcome to Side Dish. There it is.
Woo! In the game, back on the scene, crispy and clear. Are you hungry? Because we here at Side Dish, we're more than just an appetizer when it comes to pop culture and fun. We the whole damn meal.
And joining us again tonight is actress, producer, and TV personality, Sincerely Ward.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I cannot wait to get into it all tonight.
Awesome, awesome. All right, well, we'll just get right into it with a little bit of Feed Me. And when I say Feed Me, I mean it. So Japan has some crazy game shows and challenges. I'm sure you've seen some of these. Let's see if this game show segment bugs you out. Oh my God.
Wait a minute.
What?
Oh, no. No way.
Oh, God.
See what happens when your country lose a war?
Wow.
What did I sign up for? What
Gosh.
the heck?
Yo, that's not just losing. You lost.
The other thing is, like, you have the other person's hot breath being blown into your mouth with a bug.
There's so much there.
Cherry on top.
You're staring each other in the face.
Japan has some really interesting competitions,
No,
guys.
but
and
what
food,
in the
too.
world?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you seen the one thing shaped like a thing?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like
Wait,
the-
Not eggplant, but I can't say it, but it's an eggplant emoji.
Are you talking about like the food influencer
Yeah.
person that would like, she would eat everything, but she really would eat a lot of weird phallic things and like,
Yes,
yeah.
that's the word. A phallic.
I was also just thinking about what that bug is going through. Just like kicking it in a little clear tube and then being blown back and forth, and then some Asian woman eats you.
Did it like crawl down her throat, or?
You know, it depends on how hard that last blast was. Because, like, if it was strong enough to where it's like, you know how, like, they used to, the little mail tubes would go through the, like,
at the bank back in the day.
in stomach.
Oh, my gosh.
And now that roach has a lifetime supply of belly food. Unless the gastric acids, tear it apart and, do science things.
Goodness. Maybe she could use her talents for something else, like blowing on a trumpet or something else, anything else, because that's a lot of air.
How, like, they were also way too excited and ready to play this game. Like, if you walked me into a room and I'm looking at a tube and a dude and there's a bug, and I'm like,
I mean, you can't just do like tug of war. Like, is that too outdated?
Yo, we should rename this game show for America and call it Two Girls, One Bug.
Oh my gosh.
Who's gonna take it?
For the people of culture out there, the deep internet culture.
But out of all the like extreme game shows that have you seen in like the worldwide lexicon, right? Which one do you feel like you would have done the best on? Ooh. Because I feel like season 1 and 2 of Fear Factor, when you're just doing stunts,
you're right,
was cool.
Yeah.
Once they started running out of ideas and you could tell the people in the creative meetings was doing cocaine, it switched up. It's like, yo, here's what we're gonna do.
Oh yeah.
Bring in the scorpions.
Yeah, when it got to be all about eating bugs and like animal fluids, that's when they took it too far.
Church finger, I'm heading out.
I mean, or, for someone's southern relative, what's the difference between hog maws and whatever else they would have them eating? I know they had them eating cow tongue and
See,
cow
that's
eyeballs.
real life Fear Factor for me in a normal environment. Like if you
That's Christmas dinner.
Oh man, bowl of chitlins, yo, I tap out, I lose the game. Anyway, switching gears, man, a while back, Tracy Morgan chatted with Complex while sneaker shopping, and he shared a childhood memory about what he did back in the day when someone stole his sneakers.
I remember it was the summertime. We just got out of school. We had good grades, so he bought sneakers. And I went to the pool, a decal pool on Marcy Avenue.
Okay.
And somebody broke in my locker and took my Adidas.
Wow.
And I was so upset. I was hurt. And I went back the next day. I was angry. I went back the next day like I was revenging my brother's death. And I had a good meal the night before. So I swam to the deep part in the pool, and I right there in the pool. I'm shutting it down until I get my sneakers back. There was collard greens and corn floating all in the water, and this Puerto Rican girl I remember was swimming underwater on one of my logs hit in the head.
Wow. What happened?
They shut the pool down.
Wow.
They had to shut it down that summer because of bacteria. There was bacteria in the water. Them kids ain't had nowhere to play.
Did the sneakers come back though?
No.
No?
No.
That's a wild boy.
Big time. He also can host our game show, Two Girls, One Bug. That would be the host.
Yo, Tracy Morgan would be the best game show host of a show like that. You gonna eat that bug?
You gonna put that bug in your mouth.
Oh my God.
That's nasty work.
The way
okay?
he straight faced, no hesitation, no regret was like, and then I swam down to the deep end of the pool.
Do you believe him though?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
100% believe.
Where you from originally?
I was born in Windsor, Ontario, but I'm from Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm a naturalized peach, like Ludacris and Usher.
Okay.
You feel me?
So
Did you say Windsor, Ontario?
Yeah.
Originally Canadian?
Yeah, basically
nice
a suburb of Detroit, though. I don't know.
Okay, all right.
It's right across the bridge.
Okay.
Because people be forgetting where like, the map lines up.
Yeah,
They think Canada and assume everyone's nice and from Toronto.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
You're
There's
from North
nobody out there.
Detroit?
Yeah, right. Super north.
The French-speaking part of Detroit.
Right.
Yeah.
But we have French subtitles. It's English.
Yo, I remember, and I was on the receiving end of this, like, you know, like this New York pettiness. So there's this girl I liked, and I'll use real names, named Kimberly Newbill.
Hey, Kimberly.
What's up,
Hope you're
Kimberly?
well. We lived in the Bronx, and we used to ride the city bus from Christ the King. And I liked this girl. And like one day, my friend Hassan tried to play me in front of Kimberly Newbill. So I took his hat and I threw it off the bus.
Oh, yeah.
A day or two later, because I used to record all the shows that showed rap videos, Video Music Box, Rap City, MTV Raps. He had like 9 of my tapes. He put them in a pillowcase. He beat them with a bat. Then rang my doorbell and dropped the tapes off.
Wow.
And then went back to his house. And like that was like my friend.
I know that hurt your heart, though.
To this day, because I don't know, I can't remember what videos were on there, and like you can't just go watch everything online. So like, yeah, New Yorkers is a different type of petty.
Jesus. But
And I
all
just-
the kids, nobody can play in the pool now.
No,
Shut
shut
it
the
down.
whole pool down.
Especially if you was gonna repeat it every day until you got your
Yeah. Just a terrorist.
Well, I think he's calmed down now, it's safe to say.
Tracy?
And I hope he's feeling better, too,
Yeah.
because he had a little incident.
Oh yeah, a little upset stomach at the next game on food poisoning.
See how karma might come back and get you sometimes?
Sometimes that boomerang is slow.
That's
but
right.
It's gonna come back.
Karma comes around one way or the other.
We love you, Tracy, though. We still want you to host this bug show, though.
I know, right?
Come on, yeah. Executive produced by us. Us tree.
Exactly. All right, well, Shaq stopped by the It's Giving podcast, and when he was asked why are men scared of marriage, here's what he had to say.
So a lot of men are afraid of marriage these days.
Because y'all got rules and y'all don't tell us.
What does that mean?
Y'all be making up rules.
What rules, Shaq?
All right, let me put you through a scenario.
Okay.
What's your name?
Anissa.
All right, we're talking.
Yeah.
I'll leave my phone right here.
Okay.
And Anissa says, "You're doing a good job, baby. I love you." Is that cheating? Yes or no? Don't think about it. You checking my phone, and
Okay.
Anissa, your friend,
Yeah.
says, "You're doing a good job, baby. I like you."
What?
We're friends too. But you.
Oh, well, if you're friends.
Hold on. You didn't know that she has my number or we're texting, and you see her and it just pop up. She's sitting right there, and then pop up, my guy, baby, you're doing a good job. I love you. Is that cheating or not?
I don't, it depends on you.
Answer the question. We're dating, and you text me, but she don't know that me and you have been texting. No,
I don't think that that's cheating.
But
No, and
thank
the
you.
reason why,
Thank you.
but let me tell you why.
Thank you. It's
Because
not.
you can't control another person.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with it.
And
either.
also-
No, Hank, no.
But the boundaries
No.
aspect of it, why
And
is
see-
she calling you baby?
the baby thing.
That's what's throwing me off. If she was just like, you're doing a great
Because we're
job, I
friends.
love you.
Wow. What?
Shaq also says that emotional cheating doesn't exist.
Maybe to him.
It definitely exists.
I'm still confused by the first scenario. Was he in a relationship with the girl that he's dating, and then the other girl texts him, "You're doing a good job, baby"?
I
Is
think that was the way
idea?
he framed it.
I think that's just like Shaq lives in his own world, in his own bubble. It's Shaq Shazam, Shaq Food Size.
Yeah.
Like, he's like the guy you don't want to play Uno with. He's like, no, you can add 2 + 2s in red and reverse 4, and it's the same thing.
Well, those
Just
were
move
the
the
rules
goalposts.
until Uno came
Yeah.
out and said it worked.
Yeah, you also got to consider the world that this person's like been living in. Like,
Exactly.
like women have been, and I'm positive to now, some, not all, before everybody comes for me, are throwing themselves at him. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure his DMs are full
Yeah.
24/7, and so like.
Buy me a shopping plaza.
Exactly, for somebody like Shaq, and he's like, I don't know, she texted me, I don't know. You know, like, That's the world he lives in. Like, I don't have those issues.
Because like I think people are gonna like if you are who you are, Shaq, you're gonna get schmoozed a lot.
Yes.
And people are gonna and then some people talk like that. Some people talk like pimps from the 70s. Great job, baby. Yeah, they're killing it, baby. Good
Oh,
work.
yeah.
Love you, ciao. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I
Okay,
mean?
Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars, okay? But in case you didn't catch that trade, I don't know if you should be saying, baby, this and the third. It's one thing to be a friend and be supportive and encouraging, but then it's a whole nother, it's weird, it's kind of sneaky. Like, why, if that's my friend and we're all friends, why wouldn't I know that you have her number? Matter of fact, should I send you her number? I'll give you her number. You want to talk to her? It shouldn't be a big deal, but I don't know.
Okay, what about in the social media space? If you're dating a dude and one of your friends posts something and he just posts a heart, is that cheating?
No, that's not cheating.
Some people feel like
Here's
it
the thing.
is.
It's like, to me, that's a little smoke. That's a little smoke. You know what I'm saying? Where there's smoke, there's fire. And you can tell sometimes from the comments that people leave on something where it's like, this is the public-facing version, but what's the DM version?
Oh, that's
You know
why
what
we
I'm
have that
saying?
little green circle called close friends. Right?
Yeah. You use that?
Yes.
Really? I don't. Do you use the green circle?
I don't use the green circle, but I know people who do use the green circle. I feel like I'm in a little club when
Okay.
the green circle shows up.
I don't know if I'm in anyone's green
Yeah.
circle. I don't know.
That's your close friends.
I don't know if I have.
You don't have close friends?
I don't know.
I'll add you to my green circle.
Oh,
thank you so
wow,
much.
all right.
The more I can do to make the
There
world
we
a better
go.
place.
See, you doing your part, sincerely.
That's
Thank you so
nice.
much. Teamwork, baby.
Yeah.
We love it.
Okay, all right, moving along. Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz have been married. Guys, they've been married for 15 years, and they revealed their secret to a long and healthy marriage. They've never had an argument. Swizz told Us Weekly that they don't own each other, and when you yell, no one is listening. That's a fact. Here's Alicia in 2020 saying the same thing while on the James Corden show.
Is it true that you two say that you've never had an argument?
It's true. You don't believe me?
Only because I've been married for 8 years.
And you've had more arguments.
No, I wouldn't say we argue a lot, but never. Never a crossword.
No, no. I mean, we don't raise our voices at each other. We've definitely disagreed. I'm not, it's not that we haven't disagreed or
Sure.
he hasn't been like uncomfortable with something I did or I'm uncomfortable with something he did.
Yeah.
We definitely have had moments where we're like, that felt weird. But we definitely communicate in a way that doesn't, we don't let it build up. And we even used to have this thing called like, what's today? Whatever today is. Is it Monday?
Yes.
Thank you. If it was Monday, we'd have it a keep it real Monday conversation. And we'd at breakfast, we'd be like, we gotta have a keep it real Monday conversation later. Okay, keep it real Monday? Okay. And then later we'd sit down and say like, I gotta keep it real. This bothered me. And he'd be like, really? I didn't even mean it like that. I know, but it came off crazy. Oh, my fault. How was it? So we get a chance to converse before it turns into the big blowout,
That's what secure attachment sounds like.
I mean,
Secure attachment.
define that. Secure
So I've been going through therapy.
Okay.
And so there's different levels, like anxious,
love therapy.
and like
Talk dirty
anxious
to me, baby.
or anxious or avoidant, right? Those are attachment styles, right? And so secure attachment is they talk about this exact thing where it's like, can you receive communication from someone that you might not necessarily like the way that they said something, but keep yourself emotionally in check, and then come back around to it later and say, hey, sincerely, I just want you to know, like, when you said that thing, it bothered me. And not to do it in the heat of the moment, because that's where an argument comes from. That's where our defenses get riled up. That's where you did this, you did that, and nobody wins.
at all.
Nobody wins.
An emotional avalanche can happen when you present certain things in the wrong time, space, and place.
Yeah.
And they seem to be more mature than most couples.
Absolutely.
Because, and there's so many people who do a lot of similar things, and I sometimes get people mixed up. But didn't, like, Swizz have a baby that was also concurrent with the beginning of the relationship that they started having together? That was a thing, right?
Christ on a cracker.
That was a thing, right?
Well,
Yeah, I think he had like a breakbeat baby.
maybe. I mean, there are a few of those that have been floating around. But also, just the beginning of the relationship kind of wasn't the cleanest slate, if you will.
She won him from Mashonda.
Yes, Mashonda. We love you, Mashonda. But what I do love, and how you can tell, they have a very super mature relationship, because Mashonda is like, it's like a perfect blended family, if you will. I mean, I don't live in their household with
It
them.
took a
but-
while to get there, though, if I'm not
to get
mistaken.
there.
Listen, 15 years in the entertainment industry is forever.
Yeah.
You're like, they are doing something right, or
Yeah.
keeping it together in some way.
Listen, Tanner, let me tell you something.
Yes.
You know how much their art collection is worth? I'm not arguing with you either.
Yes.
You're right. You got it.
And
You're right,
people
baby.
see on the fact that Alicia Keys is tough.
Yeah.
You know, Swizz may be from the Bronx.
She's from Hell's Kitchen, baby.
And it just sounds dangerous, Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
But Alicia Keys is a tough girl. Like, I don't know if you like ever saw, like, when she first came out, like, they had to smooove her down a little bit. You know what I mean? So, like, certain people you know you don't want to get into an argument with.
Let's smooth it down. What are we talking? Sand this woman? What are we talking about?
Yeah, like, the edge is a little rough. Right? Like, yo, my wallet was just here. I don't know. Like, your kind of energy, yo. Anyway, switching gears, man. Alec Baldwin and his wife Hilaria recalled a time when they both saw Hilaria's ex-boyfriend naked. Whoa. Check out that hilarious moment.
Ooh.
Hilaria, have you dated an actor before?
No. Well, I mean, I wouldn't date an actor when he was an actor. I dated an actor who then got to be on Broadway, and we went to go see him naked.
Oh, Lord.
I've seen one of the loves of her life naked.
Not the love of my life.
He was one of the loves of her life. He was a very important boyfriend of hers. And we went to go see him on Broadway, and he was naked. In his whole, as our British friends, he had his bits out. We went to go see Take Me Out, the musical that our dear friend Scott Ellis directed, and all these baseball players were in the locker room, and they were all turned around naked with their dongs hanging out.
Oh.
And he's there, her boyfriend, and I recognize him. I met him before. And when he turns around with his personality hanging out, I'm like,
His personality hanging out.
Oh, okay. He had like a clarinet hanging from his pants. The guy literally turns around, and we were all like, ah!
Oh, wow.
I have one question. Is this show still running on Broadway?
So
I'm asking for a friend.
wasn't this the one that the guy from ER was on?
Jesse Williams?
Yes. Isn't that the same show?
It sounds like it might be, because I know there was a few different shows going around where there was people naked, but I
Yeah.
think it's that one. Yeah, Jesse Williams.
Yeah.
Well, so they said that their mutual friend directed it. So, because I'm thinking, why are you going to see your current girl's or wife's ex-boyfriend anyway? Like, that's...
Especially if the selling point was like, yo, let's go see my ex naked.
Like, here's the thing, is like, we've talked about this musical now in 2 different times. First one was when Jesse got on it, and now that the Baldwins, I guess, went and saw it. Like, the only thing I know about this show is that it's about baseball, and you see all of these guys' baseball bats. What else is there about the musical?
That's all I need to know. I mean, where do I get tickets at? Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
Are you going to wait for the traveling version of the show?
wait for
Like,
the
Oh, no,
traveling
you don't want the
version.
local theater version. You need Broadway direct.
the
I do not
heavy
want that.
hitters is
Right, you
Broadway.
want-
yeah.
yeah.
I do not want the Atlanta version at all, okay?
You have to compete with a lot of people for those tickets when it comes to Atlanta.
Then the other thing is like, how close were they sitting?
Oh, goodness. I'm sure they had VIP seats. I'm sure they weren't in the balcony somewhere.
Getting a 3D experience.
Yeah.
Heavy
Oh my
emphasis on the
God.
D.
The 3D experience. Good
Oh, my
Lord.
goodness.
Who do you think broke the ice on Convo first on the commute back home?
I think the radio did it.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande singing at the top of your lungs. Something.
Alex is just sitting there and he's like, oh, I see why you had a hard time getting over that guy. You know, just like, oh.
Yeah. Ooh.
The clarinet? Oh,
No,
man.
but does that start some kind of, do you think that would make you feel uncomfortable if you know, in some kind of precarious, obviously this is a very unique situation.
Right.
Would that make you feel some kind of way, or your current lady that you were dating, if maybe he was more endowed than you?
You would think about it.
You think about it?
I would be a liar if I sat here and said it wouldn't, like, I wouldn't think about it from time to time.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, you know, but
Now,
It would make me want to up my game in the bedroom.
That's what
I
I
would
was
give a
gonna ask.
little extra
Yeah.
attention, you know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Yeah. We're making up for it one way or the other.
You're a good man.
Thank you sincerely.
trying to
Thank you.
figure out those new sexual angles where you can get those hard to reach spaces.
That's right. That's right. Okay, after the break, Boozy cries after seeing a woman from his past, and LL Cool J's wife talks about being with a sex symbol. Ooh la la. All that in 2 minutes.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off
We are given the platform here with no fear.
always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
Hey, besties!
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time!
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
Like it's a spiritual moment.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Welcome back. Hey. Little Boosie has the internet in tears, but for good reason. Now, Boosie was on set at a local news station to talk about his memorial scholarship in honor of a Southern University student who passed when he got a pleasant surprise. Take a look and grab some tissue.
Hey, Boosie. We got a surprise for you this morning.
I know I'm gonna cry. How are you? They just told me last night. You okay? Oh, it's so good to see you.
That's something you don't see too often, you know?
This is my baby. Oh.
Who would have known?
You okay?
Right?
I can't confirm it, but I think this is the woman that taught him how to spell independent.
That's
Elizabeth
right.
called me last night,
Right.
so I wanted to come see you. Do you know I tried to text you and they gave me the wrong number?
It's speechless.
Yeah.
I've never seen him speechless ever.
I know,
I
right?
love you. I thought your mama was gonna be here.
Wow.
You okay?
He's struggling.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love this for him.
Wow.
You know, like,
Who's your favorite teacher?
Joseph Weber. Shout out to him. Like, he was my English teacher. Joseph Weber was the teacher that Robin Williams played in movies about teachers. Oh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he was one of those people who knew how to make me care. Because not every teacher made me care. Like, he would jump up on top of the table and theatrically read stories to us. I remember every story we ever read in that class. Most Dangerous Game, Flowers for Algernon, The Great Gatsby. No, that was a different teacher. That was Miss Vaughn. She was good, too. But he just had a way of making us care. And I even had him on my radio show when we was doing like a teacher's thing. And just to find, like, not only to like have a favorite teacher, but to be able to track your favorite teacher down. Because most teachers don't have a social media, presence. So for him to do it and come on and still be cool was dope.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I'll say I had a Miss Hannah. She was my gifted teachers program. First of all, if you were in the gifted program, you basically get to go on field trips and stuff. You ain't really got class
You
every
work
day.
less hard than the gifted
Yeah, But she really like poured into us. You know, we would do things like play the stock market instead of like do algebra. Yeah, we make some money on the side too. And she she took care. She would buy me and my twin brother like Christmas gifts. She would she went above and beyond. And then also I do have another one, Miss Stephens from North Atlanta High. Shout out Miss Stephens. She actually retired the day after my daughter graduated high school.
Really?
So my daughter got to go to my alma mater, and Miss Stephens and Miss Jackson stayed on until she graduated and retired the next day. So I thought that was pretty special. So
Can we fist bump for good genes in general?
right?
Because you don't look like you would have a daughter who graduated from anything. Like whatever moisturizing ritual, congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much. It's called Gabrielle Union Juice or whatever. Like that.
Everybody needs a sip of that. Who was your teacher, Santa?
Oh my gosh, funny name. His name is comical. Stephen Smallwood. Yeah, Mr.
And is he one of us?
No, Mr. Smallwood's my cousin. But he was a speech and drama teacher, and before him, Broken Bow. I'm from the sticks.
Okay.
I'm from an extremely rural area, very, very small town. And before him, there was no drama department. And then after him, they basically shut it down. So for the window of time that he was there, he changed a lot of kids' lives because he put on plays and musicals and put all that stuff together. Never married no kids of his own, so like we were his kids, you know. And so it's just like one of those guys who like comes around, like you said, and invests in you. Yeah, you know?
It's important.
And
so
it's hard.
important.
Yeah, it's hard. Those people are rare.
Very, man.
And clearly, she was one of those guys for Boozy, or one of those women for Boozy.
And everybody in the chat, drop the name of the teacher who made, you know, an impact on your life, because I feel like teachers don't get the flowers they deserve. They definitely don't get the pay they deserve.
They definitely
I have 3 sisters that are all in academia, and all of them, they spend so much of their own money teaching the kids. Because
my gosh, yeah.
They throw money at everything except teaching.
Yeah.
Oh, they're buying their own supplies and stuff now. It's criminal.
Yeah, very
I mean, and you're like raising other people's kids. Like a lot of kids like don't have a lot of things. So teachers are such a big deal. They're so important. They're shaping, you know, the lives of the people that have our futures in their hands, really. So shout out to you teachers. We love you guys. Thank you for everything you do.
Yeah.
Because if I had to teach my kids how to read, they would only know the shapes of the words. I know my limitations.
Block reading.
I can teach them how to survive.
I'll teach you how to swim.
Yeah.
You want to learn how to swim? I'll teach you how to swim. All right, LL Cool J and his wife Simone have been married for 30 years, guys. Wow. And Simone, his wife, says he had to change her ways from being married to a sex symbol. Take a look.
Marriage itself has its challenges, right? But you got to have God first. I stay on my knees. You got to stay on your knees praying. I'm married to a sex symbol. You know, I've had my times where I would be going off and, you know, mad at this one because they looked at him this way. And, you know, but that was years ago. Todd and I got married in '95, and his cousin, Marion gave me this book called The Power of a Praying Wife. And when I first started reading the book, I remember I put the book down because, you know, we have a tendency of praying and being like, Lord, change him. Lord, make him this way. Lord, make him that way. But the first thing that I read in that book was that you have to change yourself. But you can't change anybody. You can change yourself. And that's what I did. I changed myself.
What did you need to change about yourself?
Being flipped with the mouth all the time, going off about this, going, you know, just
being in around the way, girl.
I got to a point where, you know, women will come up to me and they'll be like, oh my God, your husband is so fine. And I'll be like, girl, I know. I think I could get a picture with him. Sure, go on and ask him for a picture. Just don't be disrespectful.
Good for her.
There it is.
Yeah. Well, whatever she did worked. Because I've never heard anything about LL.
No.
Because
never.
You know, ears to the streets. I've never heard anything.
He just cheats on those songs. You know, because he's always banging a chick in a song. You know what I'm saying? But like, and we never picture, you know, Miss Smith. You know what I'm saying? Mrs. Smith rather.
See, he writes it out and performs it in the studio, and that's where it stays. Yeah, that's the escapism.
We get to do another music video.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh no, not the.
Let me write the song descriptive as possible, so I can live my best life in the music video.
Hilarious.
But you know, but when you think about it, like like his whole bankability and markability for a certain demographic of his fans is that sexuality. And if she'd have been like, cover up, gain weight, you know, like it would have affected his earning potential and his longevity for the long scope of things. So I'm glad she was able to, like, you know, understand that, hey, this is the persona, and who you get at home is who you get at home.
Well, it's also, I mean, this goes back to just like mental health and whatnot. It's like you cannot change another person.
No.
All you could do is change yourself. And like her taking that moment in reflection to be like, oh, my mouth this, or upset about how somebody looked at him. It's like, well, if he's still coming home to you and nothing's really wrong there, what are we upset about?
Exactly.
You know?
Well, my personal definition of true love is acceptance. You accept people for truly who they are, not like, oh, this looks like good molding material or whatever. Like you unconditionally love someone for who they are, and then hopefully the things that you do or how you contribute in their life inspires them to want to grow and be a better person, and vice versa. But I would read that book because I am 30 years. We're talking about Swizz and Alicia 15. But 30 years.
Yeah.
And she looks happy. She's glowing.
Were you a Good Times fan?
Of course.
Who was she dressed like in that video?
The neighbor.
You think of Walona?
Yes, Walona.
You know the episode where like Penny's mom came back after she tried to set up with Lorna, like with that party, you know what I'm saying? She came back with the fur on because she had messed up dude. Like, same outfit. It was kind of ill. It was kind of ill. Right?
We need a reference photo for that one.
We'll have to take that to Google in the break. Okay, so we got a little flashback here. Do you remember the group Lisa and the Cult Jam?
Yes.
I think I love her from head to toe.
There we go. Well, lead singer Lisa, who recently had a biopic of her life story on Lifetime, just revealed that while hanging out with Eddie Murphy back in the day, he told her about a part in a rom-com he was going to do, and he wanted to see if they had chemistry.
The rom-com.
Wow. And then was just,
then they did. Eddie sent her the script and to come into America, and she was offered the role of Lisa McDowell. A dream come true, right? Well, Lisa's hubby at the time saw the script and told her she couldn't do it.
This is the opposite. This is the opposite of what the last story was.
Yo, if Drop the Ball was a person, my goodness.
Like, dropped the ball and it rolled down the gutter and went into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hardcore. Because, like, you remember coming to America, there wasn't nothing racy that I think any dude could have objected. Now, if her husband is Puerto Rican like Lisa is, they're very protective. It's not a slight or a dish. You know, like, like, that's my woman. But you know, yo, he blew it.
And I could see that she looks like she could really play that part, and she was popping at that time.
It's sort of a strange thing. Like, what was it? Do you think it was Eddie Murphy? Do you think it was like playing a girlfriend in the movie? Like,
I want to know what kind of chemistry they have, because maybe sometimes as men, like a man can kind of tell when another man is like a little too.
Yeah. Okay. Now there's context. If her and Eddie were hanging out and there was like a thing going on, he's like, "I'm thinking about you for this role. Here's this script.
Okay.
Let's do a table read next week or whatever." And I'm like, "Wait, hold on a second."
And I know, like, you know, like our producer Arlene was telling us, like, they were partying together with Mike Tyson too. So just that whole like Eddie on fire in the late 80s, all of the cool spoils that come with it.
You know what would have been cool?
What's that?
Because Eddie Murphy had a song, My Girl Likes to Party All the Time, and then Lisa could have did a song, they could have collaborated and put it on the soundtrack.
See, now I'm starting to get more in line with her husband, where I'm like, no, absolutely. Absolutely not.
Will Rick James be there?
Absolutely
You know,
not.
Eddie
This is a
Murphy is a
terrible
good
idea.
time. He's a good time to hang out with him.
Oh, you can go hang out with movie stars and multimillionaires and Pops? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Damn, Pops.
Go to the grocery store. What's for dinner tonight, Lisa?
Come on.
She was in a cult. Anyway, after the break, we're going to be running to the comments and much, much more, man. We'll see y'all in 2.
Hey, besties.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
Like, it's a spiritual moment.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's split a ride home.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 10 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick during the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Welcome back. Hey. All right, so you know how much we love running to these comments around here. And content creator Adiza Ferris's posts never disappoint.
Okay, so someone posted about a man named Gary Lee and his lost wallet and asked him to DM them to collect it, okay? And the comments are hilarious. Check this out.
Gary Lee, please DM me. I found your wallet.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Let's just get into it. He's trusting. It's a real Gary Lee. Gary Lee, brother. Hey, that's my brother's name. Gary Lee. Gary Lee, Mom. This is Gary Lee, Mom. I will give it to my son. Thank you, dear. Gary Lee, Grandma. Ah, you found my grandma.
Oh, Gary Lee's mom and Gary Lee's grandpa?
You guys are crazy. It's Gary Lee 1. Identity theft is not a joke. I'm looking for my wallet. I'm looking for Thanksgiving.
Why are people so unserious?
I know it.
Gary Lee's dog. Rough, I'm Gary Lee's dog. I'll safely return it to my home. Meow.
I would gladly return it to him, said Gary Lee's dog. People are ruthless.
Yo, why are we like this?
Yeah.
I love going into like, you ever been on Reddit when they'd be like, hey, I got a Photoshop request.
Oh,
can you remove these annoying people out my picture? And then they always remove the person, like the main person. And like, yo, and it gets like worse and worse and worse.
Take my baby daddy out of this photo. It's just me and the kid now. It's just a piece of space.
I like whenever you see like those internet comments or contests where like, oh, we're going to name this boat, we're going to name this bridge or whatever, and someone's always like Bridgie McBridgeface, and that gets all the votes. Bodie McBoatface with 1 million votes.
Oh my God. Like, who has time, guys, to really sit and create a whole new email account that says Gary Lee's mom, Gary Lee's dog?
And the crazy thing is when you realize it wasn't just one person.
Oh, yeah.
It was a bunch of people with time.
That was a covert catfish operation, okay?
Gary Lee, DM me, I got your wallet. Well, I'm his mom.
What is the chances you think dude got his wallet back?
Ooh.
He might have. He might have gotten his wallet back.
I mean, now.
Yeah, because we're talking about it. Gary Lee, did you get your wallet back?
He probably
Let
had
us
to
know.
send
We want to
his
know.
actual photo, and he was like, this is me, the real Gary Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know in the world of AI today, though.
That's true.
Man,
that's true.
The things that they can make look real. And
maybe like Gary Lee right now. Right now, Gary Lee.
Sometimes you don't even want to throw the gauntlet of challenge out there.
Are you right? Maybe like Gary Lee.
Gonna get all the way up in it.
They'll make your body out of 1,000 little Gary Lees.
Right.
It'll be like a mosaic. It'll be crazy. And and Gary with the T, who's a friend of ours, they was asking if he would possibly make a fake account. Like, he doesn't really know how to use his phone good.
Here's the thing now, if Gary with the T lost his wallet, I would definitely make a fake account to try to collect that wallet.
Absolutely. Gary with the T's mom sitting right here.
Gary with the T's mom right here. I am the T and Gary with the T. I'll take the wallet.
Tanner.
I'm
Gary
Tanner.
with the Tanner T.
All right, we got a lot more. We got more running through the comments. Guys, sometimes my cousins from the Caucasus Mountains need to leave nature alone. Let's check out what happened when a diver decided to disturb an octopus's rest in the ocean. Now, why are we going down there and messing with these octopuses?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, no, no.
What idea was that?
Oh, now he's going to ink you up.
Get your hands off of me.
That octopus is skeeting on that man.
Oh, now you don't got ink. Uh-oh. Oh, is he biting?
Wait a minute.
This is the real black ink.
Oh. Oh. Is that?
Oh no!
You gonna learn today, man.
You gonna learn today.
Oh no!
Oh, wow! This is terrifying.
Are you kidding me? What?
You got some seed bling.
Yo, this is. Hell no!
I cannot.
You can't mess with people when they sleep.
I bet he'll never eat squid ink pasta again.
Terrifying.
To the no.
That's what we get. That's what we get when we dive down into the ocean, which might as well be space, and octopuses might as well be aliens, and that one about ate you up.
Like, just imagine the first person that saw an octopus, what their reaction was, just because of how ill it looked and how not from here it appears to, compared to everything else.
Hey, don't let a Netflix documentary get y'all messed up out here, okay?
Yeah,
Trying to become friends with octopi or whatever.
That octopus was taking his little nap on the floor, and then you had to come around and mess with a brother with 8 arms and legs.
Yeah, Steve Irwin is the Jesus Christ of sea life.
Yeah.
He died for everyone else's sins, so everyone could know better. Don't be messing with these aquatic animals, man.
Should have left that one alone. That's what you get.
I remember watching the movie Popeye. Like, movie Popeye had me afraid of octopus for the rest of my life. And I know it was a fake octopus. However, that octopus meant business and was willing to kill Popeye over disturbing him in his deep sea sleep.
They're terrifying.
Keep the Kraken over there, please.
That's right.
This is the only kind of crack I like. Kraken, no octopus, please.
Do not release the Kraken, man.
Only on my plate, though.
And from the comments, the folks were brutal to the diver, posting, "He's underwater. What do you mean making it hard to breathe?"
Cameraman really said, "I will watch a live murder but not interfere." Ain't that the truth? You're watching your friend get choked out by an octopus.
I didn't even think about that.
It's right from the viewpoint of, like, if he died, the show's mine.
Yeah.
Another person said octopus had to de-escalate with ink and then had to use deadly force. Faithful.
That's right.
Cameraman was working with the octopus.
Oh. They was in cahoots?
Yeah, in cahoots.
Not underwater cahoots.
Yikes.
All right, man. So, man, shout out to y'all for the comments, man. Drop your own in the comments below. But we usually do like to try to keep it light around here on Side Dish, but we do want to address a controversial question that's been plaguing the nation for a long time.
Serious stuff.
Like, who got the best French fries?
Who's got them?
That is a good question. That's right. So, Instagram account Rap House TV posted fries from a bunch of fast food franchises like McDonald's, Wendy's, Five Guys, etc. and asked, who got the best French fries? What say you? Let us know in the comments.
Can we get that graphic back up just to refresh my memory? Let me look.
It's an all-star lineup when you really pull everybody out.
Now, don't forget checkers. No, I think I'm gonna do rallies or checkers.
Because checkers, don't they offer like 3 types of fries?
Yeah, just the.
So does Arby's. You get that crinkle or that curly.
The curly fries.
The curly fries. Arby's curly fries is strong.
Man.
Wait, is Nathan's not down there?
I'm looking for Chick-fil-A because the waffle cup fry at Chick-fil-A is pretty delicious.
You think so?
Okay, well, that's
Nathan's on that
disrespectful for them to leave Nathan's out. Who y'all got, though?
Ooh.
Because for me, it is Nathan's because they brought not only like great tasting French fries, but sophistication to the fry game. That little red fork, that little like snack trident that comes with those French fries, it allows you to eat fries like a boss. You could dip each individual fry into the joint. You feel like you're getting real potato. They get my vote. I always feel like I'm voting for the Nas of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, respected but not mentioned enough.
I probably spent too much time in Los Angeles, but I'm gonna have to give it to In-N-Out.
I knew you were gonna say that for some reason,
because those fries are real. Those are the most potato fries.
But Tanner, you have 90 seconds from the time they hand you those French fries.
Yes,
yeah.
you absolutely do. You gotta eat them while they're warm. There's no doubt about it. And they're not as strong like as other fries. Like a Carl's Jr. fry is like a small brick. It's like a small stick. These In-N-Out fries, they're dangly, but they're good. And they got the right amount of salt. That's the other thing.
The salt to fry ratio is impeccable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with, you just made me remember, the Arby's curly fry.
Okay.
I mean, it's like a French fry, but elevated.
Oh. An elevated springy fry?
A lot of people love the curly fry, and the fact that they got that little seasoning on them too gives them a little extra, pizzazz that most fries don't got.
Tasty.
But it'd be crazy how certain places they'll come out, their fries will be a certain way. Because, for all the people who was fortunate enough to be alive in the 80s, McDonald's was out here like the Jordan of the fry league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then they did something weird between point A and point B. Burger King will switch up their fries like every 7 years.
They will.
Yeah.
They are back right now.
Oh, really?
I've been going to Burger King exclusively to get fries. They Fry King to me right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'll go to Burger King, get my fries, I'll go get my burger from anywhere else.
I got a question.
Yes.
Do you reheat fries?
Yup. In the air fryer.
No.
You do it in air fryer?
Pre-air fryer, after an hour, trash.
Yeah.
Post-air fryer, I'm bringing them back to life like the Reanimator.
Really? Like, do you put like water on it a little bit or something to make it perk
you
up?
throw them in there and reheat.
Okay.
I rarely take fries home with me. They usually stay wherever I'm having them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave these with you now. Go in peace.
They belong to the streets.
All right.
Definitely been
Okay,
guilty.
we're gonna take a quick break, but we'll be back with more Side Dish in 2 minutes.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Hey, it's your girl Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 11 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 10 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love your mind.
Welcome back. Okay, so we're kicking off a new segment where we explore random sciencey things on the internet. It's time for
Random Investigations.
So, apparently, should we say allegedly, cats are majestic creatures that can heal your bones with a simple purr.
According to Leslie A. Lyons, coincidence or not? Assistant professor at the School of Veterinary Medicine at the University of California, the frequency of a cat's purr, which ranges between 25 and 150 hertz, is similar to frequencies used to repair bones and tissues in the body.
Okay. Well, since more scientific studies are needed to confirm this claim, there's not much evidence to back it up. We want to test it out ourselves.
It does feel good.
It is calming.
That's nice.
I feel warm and fuzzy on the inside.
I feel very at peace. Very at peace.
I feel like I'm being forgiven of my weekend's sins. Nice. Nice.
Do you have any cats?
No, I have a miniature pinscher. I used to have a cat, and then I became allergic to it overnight. So
crazy how that happens.
It's so weird, yeah.
When the body betrays you.
Freaking cat.
When's the last time you made a kitty purr?
Like the other day.
Yeah, just a couple days ago, as a matter of fact. No, I don't know the last time that I've like pet a cat. You know, that a cat has sat in my lap and I've like.
Yeah, that's what I
like
was
a super
referring
villain.
to.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Whose cat did you have? Okay, never mind.
What? What are we talking about?
Almost got him.
Yeah.
Yo, but cats are like dope animals. I know they get a bad rep. You know, you got some people from the deep south be like, you know, cats take your baby breath away and kill the kid. Like it's like,
don't let a black one cross your path.
Yeah.
It's called asthma. Some people's allergies trigger their asthma, and that's probably how the baby's breath got taken away that time.
You can't trust a cat though. Like a cat will. That's the reason the cat will wind up and like bap you. It's just like if they were bigger, they would attack you. That's the difference between like cats, because once a cat gets kind of big, they're dangerous. Like a bobcat, that's just a cat the size of a dog.
That's true.
Like I always think about like the first of everything, right? Like the first person who found like a baby puma. It's like, oh, it's a cat. Like the other cats are little cats. And then next thing you know, the puma grows into a killing machine, and then they find your bones.
And then they find your bones. Yeah, the difference between dogs and cats is if you die in your house, your dog will starve to death. Your cat will eat you.
No, he did not.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Well, I will tell you one thing. But back to the frequency of it all. To go to sleep, sometimes I do listen to like binaural beats, and there's, you know, it goes along with the study of like frequencies, and so it could be something to that. I'm willing to listen to cats purring and not have them in my face, though, because they make me sneeze.
I am a white noise person. I'm always like, hey, Google, make storm sounds or whatever. But now I'm going to be like, hey, Google, purr it up.
No!
You might get a purr.
You might get some Usher or something. Chris Brown or something playing.
Or Sussy Santana might play. Who's the person that used to say purr? Like,
Sussy
man, that was Roland Raid. Because I did it both ways.
Roland Raid. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, keeping that same random investigation energy. Now, the French government has the internet in a tizzy over their new recommendation for how often you should wash your funky gym clothes, which is up to 3 times before throwing them in the washer.
What?
That's why the French have no friends.
But get this. Dr. Carolina Quintero Rodriguez of the fashion enterprise at RMIT University said points were made. Apparently, washing your gym clothes too often uses up a lot of water and energy and can cause more wear and tear on the fabric.
You funky folks.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my skepticism here is very high.
Yeah, I produce way too much sweat when I work because I go to hot yoga pretty much exclusively now.
big
And
room, yes.
I cannot wear those clothes twice.
No.
Like, yo, I smell like a dead body.
That's the whole
by the
reason
time I leave.
scent beads were invented, okay?
What's a scent bead?
Scent beads.
I don't know what a
You don't
scent
use
bead
scent
is.
beads?
No.
You guys.
No, where do
They're
you
the
find
things
those?
when your grocery store, a Costco, anywhere you shop, wherever there's laundry detergent, please do yourself a favor. Thank me later. It's going to be in a tall bottle. They're little beads. You put them in with your detergent. It will change your life.
It kind of looks like the boba that you put on the
tiny little pellets.
Okay, I've seen them. I'm not responsible for those purchases in my home, but now I'm aware.
I think my detergent just has a little scent to it, though.
No.
Not like this?
I'm talking specifically for gym clothes. That's why I said they were probably invented just for that. It's
Got you.
amazing. And it'll last for like 2 weeks.
What's your
I'm way
go-to?
too excited about laundry, guys.
No, but I love the passion. What's your go-to scent? Like, if you was to recommend a scent of scent beads for the people out there, what would you say?
There's a good lavender vanilla one that's really nice.
Okay.
See, my detergent's got a lavender vibe. But I probably wash gym clothes in some form or fashion almost every day.
Every day?
Almost every day I'm washing something that I wore in the gym because I get gross. I also I do jujitsu, so I have a gi, and you can't let a gi get funky. And it's soaking wet with sweat. It's like wearing a towel while you're working out.
That would make you a tougher opponent, though. Like
if I was stinky,
if I had to wrestle like a tough, funky opponent, you know what I'm saying?
You're really gonna have to want it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ooh.
Especially as close as people get with them locks and stuff like that. Oh, you know how we could make $1 bajillion if we came out with hookah scented. What's the face beads?
Scent beads.
Hookah scented scent beads.
Oh my God.
Like the same flavors that they have for hookah at every place in Atlanta. If we came out with scent beads off that, we'd be rich.
Just like clothes that smell like smoke when they're clean. Okay, all right.
Live copyright.
Sincerely, we need your help solving a crime. I hope you're okay with doing a little racial
love true
profiling.
crime. Let's go.
Because when we come back, we're playing everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is it?
Hey, besties!
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time!
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
Like it's a spiritual moment.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfies. Nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 10 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick during the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Welcome back, you true detectives. It's time for everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is it?
Okay, sincerely, what's your level of comfortability with racial profiling?
Isn't that just like an everyday occurrence for some people?
That's what I like. That's what we like about you. Okay, so this is going to make sense here in just a minute. We're going to read off, obviously, the details and hints of a crime, and we're going to try to figure out whose cousin it is. Is it my cousin?
Okay.
HK's cousin?
Okay.
Or perhaps a cousin not represented on the stage with us here tonight?
Like the man who lost his wallet.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Lee's cousin.
Mr. Lee, yeah.
The wallet cousin.
Can also be a cousin that is invited to the cookout, but like...
Adjacent.
Adjacent.
Could be adjacent.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's a spring break going wild and dangerous when an 18-year-old man went full Mike Tyson in Fort Myers Beach and took a literal bite out of crime.
Oh, okay. So according to cops, a half-eared victim flagged down ATV-riding deputies claiming some dude bit his ear off during a tussle on the beach.
And get this, a bystander captured the ear-biting beach showdown on video. You're a legend. The ear-hungry assailant had that man lying face down in the sand, punching him in the back of the head, pulling his hand, and boom, he went full. What's my man from the Facebook
Hannibal
movie?
Lecter?
Hannibal Lecter?
No, the Facebook movie.
The Facebook movie?
He got banned.
Oh, you're talking about Army Hammer.
He went full Army Hammer by taking the tongue out of his ear, causing a traumatic auricular amputation.
Another bystander said the earlobe larcenist started the whole thing by hurling racial slurs at the victim. Cops threw him in the slammer and charged him with felony battery.
Okay, whose cousin do y'all think this is? Because somebody got to claim him. It's either going to be mines, Tanner's, or another.
Well, first of all, I heard the F word, Florida.
Okay, the F word, Florida.
So, Florida.
But are we talking Trick
here.
Daddy's Florida or Trump's Florida? That's the part that we never quite understand in the lexicon of it all.
But also, wait, hold on. So the ear biter was the one who tossed the slurs out, starting the whole thing.
However,
tell me that doesn't sound like my people.
It does.
Okay.
It does. However, I almost exclusively call white people the N-word.
Oh, really? Oh.
So some people could be similar to me, like when they, like where it's an ambiguous slur that could be doused upon anyone.
Do your people fight at the beach?
Not so much.
See, my people will fight at the beach over stupidity.
Okay. I don't think
over nothing.
That never makes World Star.
Yeah. we need our version of World Star. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that is.
It used to be Current Affair with Maury Bowman.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man.
Yo, like, because if we fought at the beach, we wouldn't be here.
No.
Right. Florida. It could be other. There's a lot of other in Florida.
Please.
All right.
Sincerely sounds like you're leaning this way.
I think that I would see them at Thanksgiving at your house.
All right.
I'm going to jump out the window and say other.
Okay.
Other cousin. Who you got? So you hardcore going with Tanner's cousin?
Yeah,
What was it for you, the Florida or the slur?
The Florida and the slur. It was a deadly combination.
So it's the three-peat for me. It's Florida, the slur, and the beach. All things that white people love.
All you're missing is a Coors Light.
And a Coors Light. Don't you know? Are you ready to do it?
Let's get it, bro.
Move that van. Let's go. Yeah. Jack Turner. Yeah. Absolutely.
And you can see the meth acne on his face. He was driven by the drug.
My nephew has the taste for blood.
Bath salts.
Oh, yeah, that's still a thing, huh?
It's a thing in Florida.
Yeah, sure is. Sincerely gets it. She knows.
I know.
Man.
Well, be sure you, follow Sincerely, and they could do that how?
Yes, follow me, Instagram @SincerelyW. And I have a dating show that I'm the host of coming out.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I have another movie coming up called News Cycle with Omar Gooding, which I'm excited about. And hey, if you really want to support your girl, go back and do a Christmas movie, Style Me for Christmas, starring Mario, the singer, and myself, so I can get some residuals, okay? Thank you.
Yo, you are popping on the big and small screen, doing all the things.
I do things sometimes.
No, we love that for you, man.
Thank you.
Also, share, like, subscribe, and if you're watching us on TV, hit that ever-loving record all button. It starts by pressing that little red circle, and then you can hit all the episodes and rock out with us every time we go up, whether you're at your crib watching it or not. So there's that.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
All right. Peace and love.
Bye.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to Scrolling with Jen and V. We are your hosts, Jen and V, and y'all know we are ready to dive in. We're ready to fly in, okay? Because we got something happening right now.
Let's go.
What's one of our favorite sections, Jen?
The comment section.
Yay. And we're going to fly right into this first story about a woman who strips naked. I say naked on the airplane.
Girl, shut up.
Yes, ma'am. Roll that beautiful flight footage.
Wait.
Okay. Oh, my goodness. So we have to blurb some of it out, y'all. As you can see, she moving. Ooh.